A lot of times people will ask, how did this all start? Where did it begin? And really it started from, I had been just volunteering for 7 years in the Springfield Detention Center, Clark County Detention Center. And out of that, I got a real burden for what happens to the kids when they leave here. What then? They need some support out there.
Well, my name is Julie Driscoll, and I'm currently the Director of Mentoring for Family and Youth Initiatives. Jackie gave me a start about 19 years ago. It was a God moment that we were introduced, because she just encouraged me that you could do this, that you could be a part of it. The kids would come and do their tutoring, and at the end of the 9 weeks, if they did well, she would oftentimes bring the kids out to my camp, and we would do an overnight. And so that was really fun because they were coming into my world. And we live near Kaiser Lake State Park in rural Champaign County. And so it was cool to get them away from here, but also to be able to come during the week and see them and see the needs that they have. And I know that I would not be where I am today if Jackie hadn't seen my heart and kind of fanned that into flame. She definitely was the catalyst for some transformation in me. I think the hardest part is because I can still remember some of those first kids that I mentored with her. I still follow them on Facebook. We'll talk every once in a while, but I see now that they've become grown women, grown men, and every once in a while they'll text me or they'll say something about they'll remember coming out. And so I guess just what Jackie showed me is to have a safe place, right? To let kids come and feel safe. They're not going to grow, they're not going to develop, they're not going to listen to what you have to say if you don't create an environment where they feel safe and they want to be heard. And Jackie's a master at that.
My name's Nancy Lutz, and I have been involved in Springfield, working with young people for about 30 years. Opened the ARC, which is Children's Rescue Center, with my husband Gary and two friends, Susie and Marty Rastetter, and it's still going on after 30 years. It's an after-school program that's free for kids K through 6. And I got to work with Jackie through the mentoring program. It started out with Kids Hope, and she asked me if I would like to be involved in mentoring someone from Horace Mann. And I really was very busy at the time, and I thought, gosh, I don't know if I can do this or not. But I felt God was just putting in my heart to take this on and to mentor whoever God had for me at Horace Mann. So that's how I got involved with Hope.
My name's Dominic Jaimez. When I was growing up, at a younger age, I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and I had sort of outbursts in class. Miss Nancy came one day, and from there, things started to get a lot better.
Well, I just remember going into the school that day, and when I went to the office, and I said I was, Miss Nancy, and I was here to mentor. I didn't know who it was for sure. And they said, well, what's his name? I said, Dominic Jaimez. And they both of the ladies in the office just went, oh, like that. And I thought, oh, dear Lord, what, I can't wait to meet this young man. So I went down to the classroom, and he was just the sweetest kid, but had just a lot of emotional issues going on at that moment. Kindergarten, trying to adjust, and I remember he walked across the room like he was going to be in trouble. And I said, Dominic, my name's Miss Nancy, and I'm going to be here once a week, and I'm coming just to see you. And he just looked up at me like, wow. So from then on, we started a relationship that just has grown way outside of school. I've known God my whole life, but meeting Dominic and then seeing how taking that step to be obedient to God, and then I found out that they lived right across the street from our church, and then inviting the family to come, and now the entire family is serving Jesus and going to church where they weren't before, that God would use me in that way. And then on top of that, have a relation. I mean, Dominic's my friend. I mean, we're just great friends. We just like to hang out.
There are probably other ministries out there that are flashier, that have this, that, or the, but it's really the longevity that you're going to show up, right? That's really what the kids need. She calls this the rock. This is a fixture. This is the rock of hope.
Through a series of events, Judge Monin, who was the juvenile court judge at that time, graciously said, okay, I'll start sending kids to you. So we set a date of September 1st, 1995. I was all fired up, and I just knew there was going to be a whole bunch of kids there that night. And so I got a bag of chips, a 2-liter bottle of pop. The church, who was graciously letting us use their facility, gave me a key, a brand new key they had made to go into the basement door. And so I went there that Friday night with great expectations, only to find the key wouldn't work. No kids showed up. And there I was with my bag of chips, my 2-liter, and the key that wouldn't work. But I'm so glad that what I would have missed out through these 25 years if I would have walked away that night.